As I was reflecting on what risk-taking friendship means to me, I kept coming back to what these practices of faith mean to us as a whole, as a faith community. They represent what we are striving for, what we have not yet attained, but what is possible within each of us. And when I was given the invitation, when I was invited to come and speak here, I wasn't told that I needed to talk about risk-taking friendship, so it kind of fell perfectly in with Emily's beautiful sermon and the readings today. This reflective time was a personal invitation for me to assess how well I am achieving my own goals in terms of risk-taking friendship, and often, like many of us probably, I feel like I fall short. Attentive to these opportunities to be a risk-taking friend, one thing that really stands out in risk-taking friendship is the word risk, and out of risk comes growth. And this kept resonating with me. As I was pondering what I was going to share today, my senses were highly attuned to messages. So everything from a Facebook post to something my son would say kind of spoke to this idea of risk-taking friendship. And let me share one now, and I'll share another later. But a friend posted today on Facebook an unattributed quote that read, "Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive." And that's what risk-taking friendships allow for. They present an opportunity to build bridges. And quickly, as we end the summer and we've had the last 6 months full of political turmoil and divisiveness, we find ourselves at this very polarizing time, and it's an opportunity to really reflect on this goal of risk-taking friendship. Part of the problem is that we live in silos, myself included. I want to surround myself with folks that have similar values that I do, which is one of the reasons that I and my family belong to this church. It's understandable that many of us may want to reassess friendships based on these values. We may even want to reassess our quote-unquote friends on Facebook and start eliminating people. As I was preparing this today, I had to take a look in the mirror and ask myself what I was doing. I had pondered reassessing my friends on Facebook and who had similar values as me and who didn't. And I'm struggling to bridge this action with what I know will ultimately lead to greater growth. What I do know is that hearts are changed once new perspectives are gained. Back to that quote that my friend posted. Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive. And what I need to remind myself of, and I'd encourage you to do as well, is to open yourself up to new possibilities. Suspend judgments of others. Try to gain new insights and perspectives. Learn from one another. This is also an opportunity for others to learn from you. The welcoming nature of Plymouth sucked my family into this beautiful community. Well, you have friends that aren't here today, but they often sit in the back row, and they told me that it's not just because they're usually late, but it's because they like to spot out the new faces and extend a welcoming hand. And one of my first times coming here, these two individuals came and made their way to Jackie and myself, and made us feel very welcome. And then I found out later it was part of their strategy, and they do that with everyone. But I'm sure many of you have felt well received by them and many others. To end, I'd like to share some unique insight that Santiago shared with Jackie this morning on a walk in the woods. He said, and later I'll translate, "Somos una familia grande, con los vecinos, los amigos, primos, tíos y mascotas." He said, "We're a big family with our neighbors, our friends, our cousins, our uncles, and our pets." I think I'm going to take a lesson from Santiago and make it a conscious goal to apply this to my everyday life. Thank you.